So he wants to come out and check out some guns. I forgot to do a description too. Don't I suck? Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Fire up my cigar and anybody coming? Anybody home? Hey, hey, this is Bruce. Who's here? I saw you come in. Talk to me. Put a comment up so we can. Welcome to my little slice of the internet. So let's see what we got out there. A bolt action 6.5 Grendel AR, 243 Savage, and Uncle Joe Biden told me to get a 12 gauge, so I did. Ha ha ha. Yes, indeed, they are the real. I can type on here while I can type as well as talk. Can you hear me okay? So, yeah, welcome to the channel. And just fired up the live. We just getting settled in and talking about the stuff. We got a table full of guns. The lighting's not great. We haven't really got that squared away yet. But we got a whole bunch. We got a lot of freaking firepower out there. Let me see if I say your name right. Nitik Parjapati. Did I get it? Did I get it right? Thank you for coming in. And pop in blocks it. Let's see if there's any more comments that I'm not seeing. Nope, that's it. Oh, we got 4. Hey, y'all. Talk to me and we'll tell you about our little plan for this evening. I don't really have a plan for this evening. Just chilling out, putting up some beautiful guns and we could talk about them. I'm gonna light my cigar. This is a outdoor lifestyle gun and cigar channel. I'm your host, Bruce Banner. somebody ask a question, or we'll just talk about the guns in a second. Somebody ask a question, we'll just talk about the guns in a second. I better go back here and take a look at what we got. No comments. Come on. Oh, now we're down to 1. Boy, that was brisk. We were up to 4, and nobody's talking. Thank you. Let's see what we got there. Prof 23, welcome in, and I appreciate your compliment. We do, that's what they're all about, is staying safe, and a little bit of target sports and competition, home defense, Civil War. So we got on the table, and I could talk about them more in detail, but I was kind of waiting for a couple more people to show up to really jump into it too deep. Is on the far left we got a bolt. What is that? It's a Bear Creek Armory bolt action 6.5 Grendel with a Arkin 6-24 scope on it, and up above that is a purple and black. No, what is that? That one's the 1911 over there. So on the left is the Rock Island Armory's burnt bronze 1911 tack to, I don't freaking know. And then on the far right we got the Tokarev BP 12 with the 9-round magazine and the JK 195 can on it. The very top, I don't know how the colors look for y'all. My screen's kind of washed out. We got a purple PSA dagger, and in the center is a Savage Axis 243 in Muddy Girl camo, Serenity camo, and a Arkin 6x24 on it. That's my wife's gun, but we're running it the way it is for now. But I've got that gun. The action is going to be a donor for a precision rifle build for her. And let's see, is there anything else on there to talk about? I think that covers it. Y'all got to talk to me because I'm not, I mean, I could do a monologue for you, but I'm not probably doing that. You got to ask some questions, put in some comments and shit. 5. A couple more people came in. Y'all show yourselves. Put a. Oh, let's see. Maybe I got the wrong fucking thing going. Are y'all commenting? I've got to comment because I can't. Oh, it was 5, but now it's 3. We're back to 3. Come on, we're fighting to get up to. That's what I want off the whole chat. There we go. Now, and nothing changed. Nothing's different. It's all the same. How much do they weigh? Well, all together or each one? The 12 gauge is probably about 8 pounds. I'd say that thing's maybe more, maybe close to 10. That thing's kind of a chunk. And especially with a 9, 10, 11 rounds of number 4 buck loaded up. And the bolt action AR is probably like an 8-pound gun, I'd say. It's a little heavy. There's definitely lighter weight ARs, but for target so BCA, Bear Creek Arsenal, does really good heavy barrels. They're super accurate. They're lightweight barrels. I don't have as much experience with, but if you look out at the muzzle, if you look out at the flash suppressor on the muzzle, you can see how thick that barrel is. It's a chunk. So that tends to make the gun weigh more. So I'd probably say that's about 7, 8 pounds. And the hunting rifle in the middle is actually real light. That's probably also about 7 pounds because it's it's a lightweight rifle. The scope adds about 1 pound to it. A little. So none of these are real heavy. If I was going to carry that Savage in the field, the purple camo one, because that's really the most realistic hunting rifle that's there. The other guns, the bolt action 6.5 Grendel, you could hunt with, but there's so many better choices, like a 243 Savage, for instance. So if I was going to hunt like in a week or two during hunting season with that 243, which I'm not because I got a bunch of other guns, and it's my wife's gun. I've got my own hunting rifles. I'd just put a smaller scope on there. It's a 6-24. That's a lot more magnification than you would need for deer hunting and the sort of the matching the capability of the rifle and the realistic range of the game. So I'd probably put a 4-14 on there, maybe. That's probably what's appropriate for that gun. And the shotgun is more of a home defense weapon or a breaching weapon or close quarters combat. Shotguns are not don't have the kind of effective range that you would need to carry in the field. When shoot a gun like that, 6.5 Grendel bolt action on the left can reach out 800 to 1,000 yards, and your 12 gauge slug is maybe good for 100 yards, and buckshot out to about 50. So you wouldn't carry that shotgun in the field. So that's a lot of information about what you asked. So who else can we talk to? Come on, you guys. Give me some comments. Also, double tap your screen, hit like. So far we got 0 likes. So y'all do me a favor, double tap the screen. And now we're down to 3. Who's left? Double tap the screen, show a little love. Also subscribe, go to the channel and subscribe. Check check some of the videos and shorts. There's a lot of stuff posted you might find interesting. Oh, poor people. Hey, welcome in. Go ahead and put a comment down so we can do something, so we can talk, so we have something to talk about. Because, uh, I'm not. I mean, I could just blab endlessly for you, but it's better if we had something to talk about. I know you want to. Oh, here we go. Who's here? Prof 23. You have 2 likes before you asked. You need a license, especially if you're in a state that doesn't allow open carry policies. Yes, I'm all for safety. I just don't know where or even how to start. Brookside Farms, welcome in. Um, Brook, Brookside Farm is a veteran of the channel. So, how do we see? We got refresh on here. Let's see. I'm just checking to see where the. No, I don't have. It's not telling me. Oh, 2 likes. You're right. Brookie, hit the like button. Give me a little love. All right. So, thank you. Here, let's get a little. I'm going to give you, Brooke, you just got a wrench, baby. You have the band hammer. So, okay, so the answer to your question, Prof, and it depends where you live, because if you live in the U.S., every state's a little different. So, do you need a license, especially if you're in a state that doesn't allow open carry? So, it's not so much that you need a license, although some states are trying to go to that. It's that you just have to. If you go to a gun store and you go to purchase a weapon, you have to pass a background check, federal background check, 4473, that basically says that you have to answer a series of questions. You have not, what do you call it? You have not disavowed. You've not become a citizen. What is it? Shit. You're not a felon. You haven't. You're not an illegal. You're not in the country illegally. Weirdly, that you're not a habitual user of marijuana, shit like that. So then you pass the background check and then you get the gun. And in most states, you don't need a license, like except for the states with the very worst gun laws or the most restrictive gun laws. So if you want to mention what state you're in, we can talk about it. Oh shit, Kenrod's here. Kenny, welcome in. Glad you made it. Sorry to have to kick you out of your live and drag you in here. On the left side of the screen is a 6.5 Grendel Bear Creek Arsenal bolt action. Kenrod is sort of a rep for, not a rep, but he's sponsored by Bear Creek Arsenal, so you can go to the campsite page on his bio, and the link on his bio, and if you follow that link to the Bear Creek Arsenal page, then and you buy stuff there, it don't cost you any more, it don't cost you any less, but he'll get credit for the purchase. Oh, and look, Ken Rod's a mod too. Where you at, Prof? We're still talking to Prof. So, it just depends what state you're in. If you want to mention it, we might be able to, is it a red state or a blue state? If you're in California, you're basically fucked. They don't allow shit. If you live in New York, you're basically fucked. They don't allow shit. Probably hunting rifles. There's deer hunting in upstate New York, but they don't offer it. Nobody lets you. Well, California, you can get an AR pattern rifle, and in all likelihood, this bolt action rifle is probably 50 state legal because it's a bolt action rifle, even though it runs on a mil-spec AR-15 lower receiver, but it's pretty easy to get. But open carry is just one specific. I want to address this. Open carry is one very specific type of thing, and you don't need to be in a state that does not allow open carry, because once you've had a gun, once you buy a firearm, You can apply for a concealed carry license in most states because you don't want to open carry. You don't want to let people know you have a gun because then you become a target. And God forbid you ever need it. You want to have the element of surprise. You want to draw quickly and take care of whatever situation has arise. So the open carry law is not an issue, or the open carry situation, and you don't need a carry permit to, or an open carry to carry a long gun in the woods, but you look pretty damn stupid but if you carry it um, near a courthouse or a school, you're going to have a problem. So don't be stupid. Oh, let's see. Um, well, yeah, you're welcome on the ranch. I trust you with it to to wield the band hammer wisely. Um, are there any benefits to getting a Bolt BCA upper instead of a semi-auto? Well, if you live in the state of Washington, where I live, that have assault weapon bans, then the only way you can get a mil-spec AR-15 lower is if it's bought attached to a bolt-action upper and transferred as a bolt-action rifle. So that's one thing. I mean, literally, you can't, like, that's a brand new gun. It was bought was transferred at my gun store a month ago, 2 years into an assault weapons ban, and you can't get AR-15 lower receivers. So that's a pretty epic win right there. So what? That's just hold on. Getting my nicotine fix. This is a beautiful, delicious cigar, by the way. Um, so the other advantage is long distance accuracy and velocity. A bolt gun uses all of the velocity in the chamber and does not squander that. Yeah, it's just a little stronger. They hit harder. They carry more velocity. They put more velocity behind the bullet. Your muzzle velocity, in theory, is going. Kenny can comment on this. Is going to be higher out of a bolt action rifle, um, and but I've shot both in competition, and I've got no problem shooting semi-auto uppers in competition. Uh, they're just interesting. They're kind of fun. I got a 6 ARC from Bear Creek, and I don't even know why I got it, but the thing is unbelievably accurate, even out at 600 yards. So also, I appreciate the mod. Yo, what up, homie? LOL, that just depends, Brooke, on what your mission for it is. Exactly. He said it faster. Prof23, thank you for explaining that. I think I need to understand the law aspect side of things first. Oh, I'm all the way in South Africa. Yeah, rules and regulations are way different on this side. So yeah, years ago in the 1970s. And in the 1970s, my father used to travel to South Africa to manufacture clothing, and that was kind of weird for but yeah. So we're not. So I used to fly SAS and go to Cape Town and Johannesburg and stuff like that. But it was a very different country then. So everything I said regarding the United States gun laws have absolutely no bearing in South Africa. Although I believe that there's a lot of precedent for having guns and owning guns in South Africa, but the whole government's changed over the years, so you have to find that out. The bolt sure would be nice for keeping your brass, especially. Yeah, it definitely keeps your brass cool. So Brookside Farms, the bolt sure would be nice for keeping your brass, especially. Yeah, it does keep your brass clean. It absolutely does. I have a buddy who's kind of the top dog in bench rest shooting around here, and he's like, "Oh, I have 6 ARC gas and 6 ARC bolt." He's like, oh, you should separate your brass and make sure that you keep it separate for the bolt gun and the gas gun. And you know, I don't think it's like you take one. Like it's real easy to see what brass came out of a gas gun because it's freaking filthy. So it's no problem looking at the brass and knowing which gun it came out of. I didn't realize you are in Washington. That's kind of unfortunate, but you still got some sweet stuff. Thank you. I do. Uncle Joe Biden told me to get a 12 gauge, so I did. Ha ha ha. Now, I had that a bit before. Let's see, when did I get that freaking thing? Um, a few years now. But so that's a semi-automatic shotgun. I have another semi-automatic shotgun. I have three AR AR-15s lowers and a couple of AR-9 lowers. And at the time I thought like, wow, how could I need more than that? And shit, now like 10 wouldn't be enough. So yeah, and I have tons and tons of upper receivers and and like three lowers that I move shit around, two lowers that I move shit around on. The third lower is my wife's, and it's all purpled out with purple anno stuff. One day I'll bring her stuff out and put it on the channel because it's definitely visual. So the only time I deal with any weapon, Prof 23, the only time I deal with any weapon is literally in Call of Duty Black Ops. Hey, don't judge me. Even on that game, I'm just terrible. But yes, weapons like the ones you have are to be respected. Well, indeed. I mean, it helps to be an adult. You know, definitely. Like, I'm a lot older than a lot of the people that you see here doing GunTube channels, but we still have fun with it. It's in the United States. It's sort of a subculture of Second Amendment rights, people who defend the right to keep and bear arms, as well as people who are involved in shooting sports and competitions and hunting and self-defense and home defense. These are all communities that sort of merge in together, and a few other types of communities that are relevant to guns. But one of the huge things, for serious hunters in this country, is going to Africa and hunting Cape water buffalo and all kinds of shit. Right? I don't even know because I'm not that far down the road in hunting, and I don't have any need to go to Africa to hunt. That kind of freaks me out. I just want to be able to go into the woods within 50 miles of my house, up on the Mount Rainier forest, or on the river bottoms that come out of Mount Rainier, and hunt deer locally. And I'm kind of lazy in general, so I just want to like get up early, go hunt, come home, around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and sleep in my own bed, preferably with my wife. So yeah. Well, anyhow, so I'm not interested. I don't like. There's guys that go to elk camp for a week, and that's not even a big. They go. People are into camping and getting way horse packing into deep in the wilderness and to eat for elk or deer, and I don't camp. And I'm just too fucking lazy for that shit. I'd day hunt. Last year I hunted on clear cut out of a pickup truck. Not shooting out of the truck, just spotting clear cuts and looking at promising areas and jumping out and glassing them. But anyhow, but yeah, African hunting is the best in the world. So you're close to it. Prof 23. Other questions: rounds, or is it bullets, case in the cartridge? How many rounds per cartridge can you fire until you have to reload? Well, a cartridge is the actual bullet, the combined bullet with the case, and so and we'll just call them bullets. So, or in this case, shot shell. And the bullpup on the right, that's a 9-round magazine, they're sold as 9s, but they can be expanded to 10 or 11. In this state, there's a ban on anything more than a 10 round magazine, unless you, like I, had expanded them before the ban, in which case they're illegal, they're grandfathered in. But if you didn't, then you can't change them after the ban. And um, so basically 10 is the answer. Um, the hunting rifle in the middle, the purple and blue camo, that one has a 4 round magazine, so 1 in the chamber, 4 in the magazine. So your magazine selection is either gun specific or, in this case, law specific. So the 6.5 Grendel on the left takes 10 round magazines that are available in the state of Washington. And in other states, I believe there's 20 and 24s, where the cartridge for 6.5 Grendel is a bit bigger than a traditional 5.56 NATO round, which is the cartridge that usually fires out of an AR style rifle. The 6.5 Grendel is based on an AK-47 case, so it's a bigger shell, and so it holds less. So a 30 round magazine for an AR-15 would only take 24 shells for a 6.5 Grendel, and it requires a different magazine shape and different feed lips and stuff like that. Pistol Pete Worldwide. Pete, what's up? So Pistol Pete is a new legend in the world of gun tubing. Anybody who, please go to Pistol Pete's channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Very entertaining, great sense of humor, super fun guy, brings a lot of life to the 2A community. 3 fighting champions, woohoo! Mihao, what is up? So 3 fighting champions is I believe the mod. The only place I ever see is the mod on Pete's channel. So I'm honored to have you. Thank you so much for coming in to my little live, and if y'all are still here. We only got 3, so I guess Kenrod and Brookie ditched me, but that's all right. There's probably Paulie's live right now, and I didn't see who else is live, but I just wanted to put that 12 gauge out because it's so terrifying, and I did do some work on both those guns, both the 6.5 Grendel. When I put a new trigger in it the other day, and I put like a Trigger Tech Diamond 1.5 to 4 pound adjustable AR trigger in it, and as soon as I picked it up off the bench, the pins immediately fell out. So I had blue carpenter's tape over the receiver holding the trigger pins in, and then I just got the anti-walk trigger pins and installed them. So and the scope lever. So I threw them on the gun, so it was already out, and I could go. That's your wife? Oh, dude, that is so exciting. Mrs. Pete, I didn't know that you were 3 fighting champions. I think I have, and I can't see your. I was wondering if you were a lady, because I was looking at your profile picture and it looks maybe like a chick. Thank you so much for subbing. I actually subbed to you a while back. Chanson is in the house. So you guys are a team. Thank you both for coming in. Carson, thank you for coming in. What's up? Oh man, Trigger Tech Diamond is awesome. I got 2. I have 2. I have them in each of the bolt action lowers. I have the 6.5 Grendel AR-15 bolt action platform. I have a couple of different bolt action Bear Creek Arsenal bolt action uppers for it, and then I just got a AR-10 bolt action, and I put their AR-10 308 Trigger Tech Diamond in that. And then I also have it in my other. I have them in my. I have in 2 of my semi-auto AR platform lowers, because I run the 6 arc gas uppers and we compete with those. I think two of the three, my AR lower and my wife's AR lower, and then but I don't have them in the pistol lower because that's a fighting rifle. Um, oh, those are the kiddos. Oh my God, there's little Pete's. Um, yeah, no, that stuff we don't really talk. We don't really talk about the kids on it. Like we're doing our lives, talking about guns, we're talking about competition, we're talking stupid shit, but we don't really. Papa was going on today, to talk about his family situation on his live, and very interesting, compelling story. But I tend to not talk about it too much. My daughter is 25 and lives in California. I'm going to go see her real soon, and um, they're getting engaged and stuff. So our kids are all grown up. So just chilling, man. Carson, just chilling, man. Helping my brother build some ARs. Got like 3 or 4 left to build. That's so fun. Perfect. That's fun. I was doing the trigger pins on the 6.5 Grendel bolt gun. I put that trigger tech in, and then the pins fell out, so I just got some anti-walk pins for that trigger. So are there any Carson? Are there any leftover parts for your AR? Congrats to the daughter. Thank you very much. And my wife's kids are a little older than mine. They're about 28 to 32, and 2 of her 3 are married, and one of them isn't interested in any kind of partnership or relationships. So she's got what she wants. And we were talking about grandkids, and Papa had some had some really cool things to say about grandkids. And my wife has grandbaby fever. Do you make it a habit, sir? So, Prof 23, do you make it a habit, sir? Although, with your level of experience, it's like breathing now. Habit of removing dismantling the pistols and guns, then assembling the guns, weapons again with the scope, some with the scope. So, the AR platform, particularly the AR-15 platform, we joke around, call them like adult Legos. If you look at Chanson's comment, which is in blue, 2 comments above yours, it says, just chillin', man, helping my brother build some ARs. Got like 2 or 3 or 4 left to build. So, and that really sums it up. It's like, they're like Legos. We put them together and tear them down, put them together, and it's pretty. They're really easy. The hardest part is if you lose a spring or you lose some tiny pin. On my carpet, you'll never find it because it's just horrible print carpeting. So yeah, no, we tear them down all the time. And I have a lot of scopes, and a lot of platforms that let us shoot long distance and are scoped, and you have to be able to mount your scope level so that the crosshairs are level to the axis of the bore axis of the gun, and for that you need a vise, and you need leveling, bubbles, and your cross reference. You got a bubble on the gun, a bubble on the scope, and so yeah, it's just stuff you get used to. No, some people don't. They just buy a gun and maybe a magazine, and they train with it once a year or not. Most of the guys who are doing lives and sort of in this circle of what we call gun tubers, they're kind of deeply immersed in this stuff. So, the purple pistol up in the front top of the screen on the top right, that's a copy of a Glock pistol. You have to, when you get anything, like a Glock, you have to tear it apart and put in different trigger springs and connectors, and basically Glocks have shit triggers, so you have to modify the triggers. And ARs, everybody you got to work on your ARs and build your ARs and stuff. So it's like hobbies, and we tear all the shit apart. Jansen, my brother gave me a buffer tube for my AR and a 5.56 buffer spring, but still need an actual buffer for the spring. Then the lower's done. Okay, I'll send it to you. If you don't, you can get them for nothing, but I got a bunch. I'll send you one. I don't want to build your whole gun, but I don't mind sending you a buffer. And I do have a buffer tube, but I only have one, and it's all choached up. What do you call it? It's all galled up from the those damn uh, armorer's tools that you use on the castle nut. Um, must be like I should use blue. Anytime I take one of those things out, I should probably put blue tape on the back of the gun, because I galled up a really nice anodized buffer tube, and that's my only one. And then when I scratch up the buffer tube, I cover it with Sharpies to make it less shiny. But I was keeping it because some of these uh, precision rifle chassis run on AR buffer tube, so I was keeping it for that. I actually just had one here that would have used my buffer tube, but I ended up sending it back because um, reasons. Uh, because I'd modified the Ruger American that would have gone in it, and it wouldn't have fit, so I just sent it back. Um, Need some more parts, though. Almost there. Um, well, cool. And then you just got to do the upper, But upper receiver, barrel, handguard, gas tube, gas block. That's the whole upper right there. Charging handle and BCG. Maintenance as well. Is it hard? No, you got to clean your guns, and it's not hard. It's very straightforward. Keeping your guns smooth and clean, I would like to think it's a must. Well, I don't clean my Glocks very much. They're dirty guns, and they just run. So every now, like if I'm going to a competition, I'll clean the Glock a little bit, but nothing fancy. Just put a a little CLP and a bore snake through it a couple times. The competition guns, I'll use ammonia based bore cleaner to clean all the copper out of it and get it down as clean and bare as possible. And then you've got to take a couple of shots to get some copper back in it. But copper fouling will affect your accuracy, and then accuracy shooting, you gotta like clean the shit out of your guns. That's basically what it comes down to. And I'm terribly lazy as far as cleaning my ARs and stuff. You got to run black magazines, because if you run any other color, they'll just come out. You pour a bunch of CLP into the gun to make it run, and it'll just leak black goo all over the magazine. So yeah, I'm admitting most of my guns are filthy. Um, I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. I'll email you tonight my new address to send it to. What do you mean your new address? You moved? What the fuck? Did you have to the gun wall is changing? You got it set up in a new room? That's crazy. So tomorrow is so I work in two different places, and tomorrow is the day when I'm at the place where there's a post office, and but I got some other shit going on. Tomorrow I got to run out to an apartment complex and drop off a deposit if hopefully the place is still available, because I'm moving my dad up here from Texas, and so I got to get his place squared away, and so I'm not going to be around to go to the post office. But it might happen, like it could happen. So I got a long lunch, and I could, if I get that shit done, we'll probably run by the post office. So if I get your address tonight, there is a good chance that I'll get you a carbine buffer um, in the mail tomorrow. Not a great chance, but I'd say a decent chance. That's right. I'll email you tonight. It's a long story. Haha. Well, is this new address? Is the wife there with you, or you told her to F off and she kicked your ass out? So are you suddenly single? Please tell me no. I'm sorry, I shouldn't joke about that, um, but anyhow, I hope that we're kidding, right? Yeah, we're kidding. So do you have a good spot for the gun? That's all I care about. Do you have a good spot for the gun wall? So, Prof, go to Jansen 243 and subscribe to his channel. And he's got a big 2A channel. Also, Pistol Pete Worldwide, who is in here. Both these guys have great gun walls. I don't really have a dedicated wall where I can put up a bunch of guns, but Pistol Pete's got a great collection, and Chanson's got a nice growing collection and a very strong gun channel, and you'll learn a lot from either of their from their platforms as well as mine. My stuff's very specific. I only know about the shit that I have. Chanson actually knows a surprising amount about a large number of platforms, and oh man, I like the way you didn't you skipped that part of the conversation. Now I'm worried about you, brother. Chanson, now I'm worried about you. But and I hope everything's okay. But yeah, these guys will help you with your, like, not just me, but Pistol Pete Worldwide, who was in here a few minutes ago. He's got a tremendous amount of gun knowledge, and Chanson has a great wall and a great channel and very enjoyable lives, very animated and fun guys. So you'll enjoy their channels as well as mine. So I encourage you to, if you're really interested in this stuff. But if you got Google there, Google, the gun laws in your state in South Africa. Are you closer to Cape Town or closer to Joburg? Or, I think Trump wants to arm all the white farmers there. Don't mind me, I'm sorry. I didn't. I mean to make a potentially political joke about a delicate subject. So anyhow, welcome to the channel. All right, so I'm going to talk about the guns. Let's go through the guns because I haven't done it in depth. Carson, you going to stick with us for a minute? You want to do this? All right. So on the left is the 6.5 Grendel. So there's a Bear Creek Armory AR-15 bolt action upper. So it's single shot bolt action upper. It's got an Arkin 6-24 scope and I want to say like an Anarchy Outdoors precision rifle grip and a Luth AR precision rifle buttstock. And those things just help with the. And on the rail, up the front of the rail, is a small section of Arca rail, which allows you to put a big, sturdy bipod on it. In front of that is a Rock Island Armory 1911 in burnt bronze, 45 caliber. In the center is a Savage Axis 243 caliber hunting rifle with a Arkin 6-24 scope on it. And I've only shot that gun a couple of times. I was just checking it out when I bought it, but I bought it for my wife, and I don't think she's going to like 243 very much. But she is in love with the stock, but that's not going to survive. Basically, that's not going to. We're going to take the action out and put a different barrel on it, and a competition barrel, and make a PRS gun, a long distance gun out of it. On the right is a Tokarev BP-12 bullpup, 12 gauge shotgun with a 9 to 11 round magazine and a short vertical grip, also known as a chode, and a nice camo sling. And in front of that is a purple PSA Dagger Glock 19 clone. And that one is one of the weird ones with the rear sight in front of the optic mounting plate, which does not have an optic on it. I don't think I may or may not have. I think I probably shot that gun, but not memorably. And it's got my wife's rainbow barrel in it. But they say they put the rear sight post in front of the optic so you can use it better if you needed it, but also it protects the glass of your RMR from ejecting shells. Prof 23, the weapons that you have on your work desk, sir, are they specific handheld sides, or are they ambidextrous, user friendly, left or right handed? So it's very hard to find ambidextrous pistols. Um, or my wife's a lefty, so and if you notice, the bolt is on the right hand on this gun, on the bolt action rifle, and it's on the right on the purple camo hunting rifle. You can get left side bolt hunting rifles, and you can get left side ejecting AR-15s, and we have those for my wife. But I would say it's a very small percentage of available guns. Most guns are built for right-handed individuals. And then the pistols, the one on the left is a 45, in 1911 Colt 45. The design is over 100 years old, and they are not right-handed. Sometimes you can switch the mag release. Glocks, like the third gen Glock 19 clone, you can get the magazine release shifted to the right side of the grip, and so you get a right side magazine release. But almost no pistols have left ejecting slides, but you can get magazine releases geared for left-handed people, so it'd be on the opposite side of the grip. Chanson, thank you. Chanson is beautiful. Thank you, Chanson. Prof, wow. Sorry, I tend to be kind of long-winded. I'm sorry if I'm giving you way too much info, but the answer is most guns aren't. There's a few. There's like, you just got to do a lot of, if you're a lefty, you got to do a bunch of research. But we do have a Savage Axis Pro 2 in a lefty slide in chambered in 6mm arc, and our moderator Chanson also has a Savage Axis Pro 2 chambered in 308 as a righty gun, and but most of the big manufacturers have left-handed guns, bolt action guns available. And that's but it's weird because it's not just a matter of having the bolt line up on the other side. They literally have to have a mirror image of the inside of the action set up, so that the action is a mirror. The lefty action is a mirror image of a righty action, which is a little weird and mind bendy if you try to think about it. All right. Well, I'm glad we appreciate the information. I'm glad you appreciate the information. I'm trying for you. But yeah, that little tidbit about left-handed bolt actions, I find really fascinating. Okay, quick, think up some more questions. Prof, did you go to my channel and subscribe? Gotta subscribe, turn on your notifications. And Carson, who else is on? Who else is live right now? Is J-Dog on? Because I'll get off. Well, thank you, sir. Prof, thank you very much for your subscription. For me, I have a tiny channel. I'm like, I've been a gun enthusiast for for a number of years now, probably 5 or 6 years. But and I've been a YouTube moderator, like on Chanson's channel, or a long time subscriber and go to his channel a lot. But I don't know what, as a heckler. Right on. Well, we've been on an hour, and this is. I just wanted to show the guns. I was in the mood to show that camo, that purple camo Savage is kind of fun. I know I gotta get some better lighting in here. This is my man cave, and it's just not well lit. But yeah, I'm gonna get some. I bought one of those little ring lights on Amazon, and it broke like the second time I used it. So I gotta send that back, and I gotta get a better one, and work on my set here, because this will pretty much be my gig for the winter. I can probably clean up the area around the gun table so it doesn't look quite as much like a garage, although um, it's a garage. It's a messy garage, and and I do it in here so because I smoke cigars at night. Um, and that's sort of like I'm gonna sit here for an hour or two or three. I'm gonna smoke a cigar while we chat. But I'm gonna thank Prof. Thank you. Also turn on your notifications. Maybe with the time changes, the time for my lives will work for you. We'll get to have you as a guest again. You can also uh, search through the lives for Paul Wick and J Dog Pimp Daddy C, um, because they have very fun gun channels. Um, and there's if you scroll through the lives, you'll find um, more of so I would describe it as a cadre of gun tubers. Chanson, who's kind enough to hang out with us, is actually sort of a figurehead in this round of gun tubers that have been coming out. He's been a great support for um, a number of newer creators, and it's sort of like a triangle that spreads out from him. So he's like, if you looked at it like a, a, a like a lineage tree. Um, so there's a couple of people. There's the Jiminy Show, Jimini. He's kind of the goat in all of this. And then Chanson, when he was sort of brand new, he was kind of under the I don't wouldn't say under the wing, but sort of under the umbrella of the Jiminy Show, and that's where I came from. And that's sort of how I met up with Chanson. And then, but Joe's got a really huge community, 185,000 subscribers. Chanson's been building a very strong channel, and from his channel, he's been very supportive of a number of I don't know, just because I run in that circle, I see all these guys' lives and I'm subscribed to them. But if you go on live and you scroll through the wide variety of lives, I don't know what it's like because if you're not subscribed, but um, most of the gun tubers you'll see on now are all part of the same club or group, or at least that's who all shows up in my feed. But chances are, if you're in any, like if you scroll through and you see a gun themed video, a table with some guns on it, or a pistol case with a bunch of guns sticking on it, those guys are all part of our YouTube creator friend group, and you'll sort of start getting some familiarity with our team. I know 90% of these other guys. Yeah, no, that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I found one the other day that I'd never seen before, and he's got a big channel, 70 something thousand subscribers, at least, maybe more, maybe 700. It was something like it wasn't the arms room. It was like the men's room or some shit like that. And the guy's name was Jamal Barber, and he has a nice collection with like a kind of a display wall. Who's the other one that I see there's another guy that I've been seeing who's got a nice wall, but I've never seen in anybody else's chat. But have you seen that one, Chanson? Have you seen that Jamal Barber guy? He's like a former MMA fighter, um, and he's got a nice collection and a good. And he was on Sunday morning. I just strolled in, and he was on our live that afternoon for a minute. I greeted him. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up now. thank you. So we got 4 in here. I only see 2. Maybe did I miss any comments? But yeah. So we've got some other guys who are on. I'm not. I'm not. I don't want to detract from their viewership. Um, it is. I imagine it's frustrating for you because, like, if we like, I don't want to go when J Dog's on, but I don't think he's too worried about it. And Paul's on right now. I'm not drawing off of anyone. I'm just going on so that because I need to go on and make some time. But like when there was fewer, everybody sort of had a time slot, and now there's like you can't like Desert Armory was on for like 6 hours and Kenny was on for like 5 hours. You can't wait to get. Maybe you don't go in the first hour of someone else's stream, but you know, but you can't not go because there's not enough time if guys are doing 4 and 6 hour streams. If a guy's doing a 4 hour stream, then there's only 6 slots for the day. Or if he's doing a 6 hour stream, there's only 4 slots. And and shit, I went on Kenny's channel. Kenny was on all afternoon and evening, and then he went off, and then around 8 and then he was back on at an hour ago. And I was like, dude, you sound like you're passing out. Go get some fucking sleep. And he was like trying really hard to get, the last little bit of 100 subs for the day. And I was like, dude, just go take a break. Go to sleep. You sound like a freaking zombie. Well, yeah, I think props, blessings, King Bruce. Thank you. Um, and it's a pleasure to meet you and have you on the live. And thank you for the subscription. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of imagine like it must be frustrating for you. Like on one hand, you've been supporting everyone, and now there's 10 guys going when you go, and so it's got to be frustrating. You're supporting everybody, but it also, I don't think it's we're all trying to support each other, but at some point, it must be a little frustrating when you go on and there's 6 guys on, and they're all your guys. Like tonight, I think Paulie was on, Dallas was on, and now JD's on, and J Dog's on, and and I don't like, and this is I'm glad I'm on because I need to be going on, but I don't want to be on late, so I got to get up early tomorrow, and or it's my early. It's not really early, but it's my early day, and I still have paperwork to do, and I like to sit and listen to J Dog while I get my paperwork done, and I like leave like instead of finishing my paperwork at work, I get the fuck out of there when I'm done, and then I sit down here and have my cigar and do my paperwork, usually with J Dog on, and shit, the guy plays wonderful guitar. So if you're still there, Prof, J Dog's got a table like this with a couple of nice high-end guns on it usually, and he plays guitar, and he's it's very enjoyable and relaxing stream. So hopefully you find J Dog Pimp Daddy C, very cool dude, great vibe. So I'm gonna shut this down a minute, but definitely look for J Dog. He's got a good channel, just a really good vibe. He's got guns out, but his chat's not usually super gun oriented. It's just got a really cool vibe. So there's that. Super frustrating, but at the same time, I'm happy we're all doing what makes us happy. You've been a great support, and I just trying to put myself in your shoes. And like the other night you were on, and it was late, and you were tired, and I was like, man, he's pissed. But who knows what was actually going on with you. But I try to put myself in your shoes, and imagine what how it must feel to I don't think you're feeling pressure from many of the guys in this group, but everyone's going to grow. It's hopefully the community grows along with the gun tubers, and we reach a lot more people, and get, instead of, we're not all pulling the same users, but rather we're all uh, reaching out, because of a greater presence, we're expanding the interest on the, on YouTube, and bringing more people into all the channels and growing the whole community and the subscribers. If there's only 100 people, we have to split it between 5, 6, 10 guys. That's going to draw more from everybody. But if more guys have more presence, and it creates a bigger movement and more visibility for the entire community, and the 2A community grows as a result of that, and brings more people in and makes more people knowledgeable about guns, and then also, um, more knowledgeable about the platforms and um, the what I'm saying. We just want to, like, hopefully we're instead of 100 people being interested in 5 channels and then having to choose between 10 channels, hopefully it becomes 1,000 people to the 10 channels and grows. But anyway, buddy, don't want to take your time up, and it's late. I appreciate you again, man. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm blabbing, um, as I do. But I'll look forward to your email, and I'll pack a buffer with me. And if I get to the, do you need a spray? You said you had a spring, so you're good there. But I'll throw a buffer in there, and if I get to the post office tomorrow, I'll ship it out for you. And if not, it'll be a few days. But we got you for a buffer, and then I think the main thing of the next part is getting a upper receiver and barrel and handguard. All right, we'll talk more. All right, thank you for being here, Prof. Have a wonderful day. Further, sir, thank you once again. Thanks everyone for being here, and we're gonna shut her down.